Hey guys, this is Kieran from Eccentric Physio, and today we're looking at how to integrate thoracic flexion into a lunge movement. If this is something where you feel like you've been cued a lot to pull your shoulder blades back or retract, things that you just feel like you're not able to get forward or even exhale, then this will be a handy exercise for you. So with lunging, we need to start thinking about the introduction of cross-patterning. So what that means is my left leg works with my right arm and my right leg works with my left arm. And the ability for that to happen or coordinate that, particularly the movement at our triaxial ball and socket joints, our hips and our shoulders, is the prerequisite of axial stability or control. And we're not saying that you have to be in neutral all day. We're just saying that what's your strategy for creating these movements? Does your spine need to be in global flexion? Does it need to be in global extension? So do I need to extend through my lumbar spine, my thoracic spine, and my neck, just so that I have movement through my limbs? Or can I do something where they do opposite movements, where I have a lordosis, so that extension, a kyphosis in my thoracic spine, and a sort of a lordosis back in my neck, and do I still have capacity to move? And depending on your injury history, your thoracic spine might be a bit of a linchpin in that. Now, if you've been cued to retract your shoulder blades and extend your spine for everything, and that's become your sort of base pattern that you go to when you start to move your legs or arms, then that's okay depending on what you're trying to do. But it might have limitations when you start getting into things like walking and running and things that require this cross-patterning. The reason for that is because certain phases of that require our thoracic spine to flex, to kyphose. And now it's happening at one side at a time though, right? So if I reach forward, this right arm is going into protraction with the right shoulder blade, and I'm flexing in my thoracic spine, while the other hand would be behind me and going into scap retraction and extension or rotation into my left side. It's easier though to focus on building things together in a bilateral pattern first, and then moving into unilateral stuff, because that just requires a little more stability and a little more coordination. There's more variables to control. So to keep it very simple, you're going to aim for this V space here and just in the pocket underneath. It doesn't have to be a medicine ball, it could be a couple pillows. The weight isn't important. It can be assistive, but it's more about something to hug. And what I'm going to do is put the ball into that space, hug the ball so that it makes me go backwards, and it means that I go into thoracic flexion. I'm going to be as tall as I can while I do this and look forward. And all I'm going to do is stand up and down. Now, the added benefit of what's going on here is that I'm getting a little bit more action into my hip extensors. There's more consistency there. I've got something to anchor off of up here, which means I can then demonstrate power going backwards. If I go into my cue though of retraction and full extension, what's going to happen is that's a lot more effort to extend through my quad. The reason that is that when I flex through my thoracic spine, I engage more of my tummy muscles concentrically or shorten them, versus extending puts them in more of a lengthened position and I go into more of my back. Now the coupling of whether I engage more tummy versus more back has a reciprocal thing happening down in my leg where I'm going to engage a little more quad, a little more glute. And when we have that sort of S shape to the spine of lordosis or extension in the lower back, kyphosis in the thoracic spine and lordosis in the neck, it creates more of a coordinated, I suppose, product down into your legs, which means that your quads and your glutes and your calves are going to be assisting a little more into triple extension more evenly. And similar thing is happening on the front leg. So if you're not sure what the benefits of this are, try that lunge without holding, try it with full retraction, and then try it with the hugging and that kyphosis. And it's not saying that it has to be the kyphosis. It's saying that if you're in this position of extension, you're going to benefit from getting some more of this. The reverse is also true. If you've been here all day and you don't know how to get out of it, I'd be doing some exercises for thoracic extension and integrating that into your lunge. So just something to add in if you can't do. And then Once you get it, then you can improvise later and bring it in with other variables and maybe have a little more fun with it. But I've got to build the foundations first. So let us know how you get on with that, or if you've got any questions. If you like this video, then please hit like below. Otherwise, to check out more of our content in the future, you can subscribe to our channel by clicking our logo over here. And to check out our latest video, click up here.